Shout out to everyone in the chat. How is everyone doing? Hope you guys are having a great, what's today's date? Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, right? No, Thursday. Yes, sorry guys. Guys, when I go live like this, and when I schedule it, I do apologize. Welcome, Sassy57. Hope you stay and stick with us. When I kind of schedule like this, if you're new to the channel, know that I have a baby bunny. And baby bunny requires my attention, and you might hear her in the background, and depending on the subject matter, sometimes she just doesn't want me to talk about the ish that's going on, or she's like, Mom, you're done, get off the live, you got other stuff to do, so I have to go tend to her. So my lives are typically shorter. My premieres, the goal is to make them longer. Shout out to you guys in the chat. I'm seeing everybody kind of come in. JJ, Selfie Queen. Oh, shout out to Selfie Queen who reached her 1K. To you and Selfie Queen JJ, thank you guys for working so hard. I mean, it's a great channel. Super pseudo. Okay, Suro or Super. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Welcome new subscribers. Yeah, I have to obey Baby Bunny. Baby Bunny runs the channel, just so you guys know. It Talks Baby Girl is here. So I won't keep you guys forever and long here. My lives have to be a little bit shorter because of Baby Bunny. I will say this though, I have a premiere that I'm working on that I've been editing and uploading and fixing and stuff like that, because I think that it's an important drop. I wanted to shout out everyone that gave me a view from the last video. I think the one thing, and this is just me having a moment with you guys that are here in the chat and those that are watching the replay. One of the things that really bothers me about this situation with McCray, the McCray family, Dre and Bon, and even Letitia and the Jackson family, all these people, right? Rochelle, everybody here in that situation. One thing that really bothers me about this story, and that has continuously bothered me, and I felt a little bit better after the last drop. And I will say this. I believe, and I will continue to believe, that if you're going to tell a situation, you have to tell it both sides. You have to allow people to make up their mind as to what their what it is. What I don't agree with is how the tack that both Katie of the Joy and Molly Golightly have approached this. I don't like it. I'm just being honest with you guys. I don't like the way in which these women have handled the situation. Just as of recent, you had Molly, was it yesterday? She posted on her Facebook, basically Mr. Jackson's criminal history and his situation. Now, what bothered me about that, and what I realized, and I don't know if anybody here realizes this, when she did that, and I'm not stupid. I know we have a lot. I have 8,000 plus subscribers. I know my subscribers are not stupid either. I know people can read between the lines. Yeah, thank you so much. It was without a crystal ball. Katie of the Joy was the one that posted Mr. Jackson's information. Nobody here, we all know what's going on. Yep, you're absolutely right. Posted private records. So Katie the Joy had her Facebook and posted private records of Mr. Jackson, right? And then I'm noticing, right, that, there's concerns about this GoFundMe, the Cash Apps. And I have concerns for various reasons, but I'm not quite there yet to say that something is a scam. I feel like there's no transparency, and that needs to be fixed. I'm not 100% saying that it's a scam. I'm just going to say that because and I put it on my community post, right? And you guys will see that, it says, some of us gave with the intent that it was going to go to an attorney. Of course, they're out of state. There's going to be travel expenses in there. Of course, attorneys are not cheap. There's going to be retainer fees. I just didn't know that it was going to go for multiple attorneys, if that makes sense. In my opinion, there hasn't been full, complete transparency as to what the intent is, what the goal is. There hasn't been full, complete transparency as far as the relationship between Letitia and Marvon to a full degree, okay? And I will tell you this. somebody contacted me, okay? And I've been doing a lot of research, and I feel like this is a very vital key to this story. Even though some of us do not like Dre, this isn't about liking Dre. This is about the truth. This is about what Dre did, where is Dre at, and the conflicts and conflicting stories that might come up. That family lived online, exposed online, so much so that if you even go back into some of the archived areas, okay, of their videos, baby Raza, okay, Raza, he has in the membership, he has this little thing called the Raza Show. So Dre would give Raza moments of social media time. Dre and Raza and Bella and everybody in this family completely is connected to those subscribers. If you watch several hours of those lives, you would see that. And if you watch the interaction between the family to those subscribers and vice versa in social media, I mean, they're bare ass naked online. And I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I mean, what is it? Um, uh, Comparison, right? That they've allowed themselves to be bare ass online with their family stuff. It's different, and so they've grown up on family. Raza, for example, he's been well acclimated to the sleigh crew, as Dre would call them. So that is not new. And I felt when I got that, I said, "Oh shit, let me sit back here." Because a lot of us content creators, especially, and a lot of subscribers were sent clips, were viewing clips, and they weren't clips of the most, best versions of that family. And there were clips that were cropped and chopped. And to me, if they had approached me by this story initially and only showed me those clips of the crop and chop, I probably would have hesitated to even look into the story, if that makes sense, a little bit. So for me, it's you're absolutely right. It sucks, baby girl. The madness that was created by Molly Golightly, by Katie of the Joy, Justin and the Justice for All person, and all these other people that have been in there, the madness that has been created has allowed the voice, Marvon, to be lost in this. And that's not fair. And so for me, I don't come for Molly Golightly only. I come for Katie of the Joy, because to me, she also hasn't treated this situation very well. She hasn't handled this situation very well. I don't agree with anything that she's done, as well as Molly. By the way, Lady got Gucci shoes. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see the Gucci shoes that she's got? And she's flaunting them. And she got them on layaway. That she did say that. I mean, those are things that people have to pay attention. So anyways, let me get off my soapbox. Let me just show you a receipt that I don't know has been shown to everyone. But, it's important. It's important. It's important. So the receipts that Katie of the Joy was showing, right? You guys remember she was posting Mr. Jackson's information, right? She showed these messages by a admin of the group by the name of Mary Loy McKenna, or Lou McKenna. I can't really decide how she says it. She didn't show this one. But I want you, because a lot of us are asking, well, what are the amounts of these GoFundMes? What's going on? Look at this communication that Mary Loy McKenna is saying. And this was actually sent to me by a very credible source. She says, okay, Letitia, this is okay. So Letitia is going to talk with another lawyer tomorrow and see if they are cheap and would be willing to take it. I have some updated numbers, but they have not posted yet. She's going to write something up after. She's working. There's the totals, but that's between you and me. I just want to be complete. I want you to be completely aware. GoFundMe total. At the time, they had 2,655. Cash App, 3,891. Live stream donations, 1,900. Total, 8,447. This was a message between the admins in that group, July 11th. Okay, so not even what? A month today. A month today, this is the total. They had 8,447 collected. Now, these live stream donations that they're talking about here, 1,900, they're likely not going to see those. If they're talking about like the super chats, you won't see those until like the 21st. So there was 1,900. Somebody was keeping track of the money that was going in. And it looks like, based on this narrative by Mary Lou or Lloyd, this is what it says. Okay, so Letitia's going to talk with another lawyer tomorrow and see if they are cheaper and would be willing to take it. I have some updated numbers, but they have not been posted yet. She's going to write something up after. So right there, that writing, she's going to write something up after. She's working. Who's collecting these numbers? It sounds like Letitia. Letitia was keeping track of all these numbers. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I didn't see it because I was reading JJ. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, she deserves to be monetized. She certainly does. Shout out to Selfie Queen Cindy. Who's keeping track of these numbers? People are asking, well, what's the amount? What's the notation? What's the donation? Where are we at? Letitia says she has an attorney. She's been invoiced over, I think the amount was $2,800. Okay, so this is what, quote unquote, somebody was keeping track of. These are some numbers. Okay, let's continue reading that message. The person responds by saying, thank you so much. I hope she finds an attorney who will take the case. Glad to see more have donated. Mary says, me too. I'm sure she will, especially now that she has more money in hand. I'm glad. The message cuts off right there. So this was communication between amounts. This was the amounts. From what I'm reading here, it sounds like Mary received from Letitia, who was taking notes of what was coming in. A month ago today, July 11th, if you guys see the date, see, I left the dates there. They're not cropped and chopped and moved all over the place. It's right there. July 11th would be a month today. These were the amounts. GoFundMe, $2,655. Cash App, $3,891. Live stream donations, $1,900. Total so far, $8,447. That was as the 11th. Go count how many videos Molly Golightly did on the situation to get a really good grasp of views, how many cash apps, what went in there, and that's going to give you a ballpark, a good amount of what was said, I don't know, accumulatively, estimatively earned for the month of July. And that is why a lot of people are asking for some transparency. I don't think we are wrong for asking for that. I think especially when somebody on Facebook posted, it's okay to do X, Y, and Z, especially when Molly said it's okay for you to go to the spa, especially when people have asked for different things, right? And Christopher, you're absolutely, and that's another point. There's plus travel costs, food, gas, hotel wages, loss for taking time from work. Absolutely. Right? Bunny, go do the math. So shout out to the person that sent me this little breakdown. That was just July 11th. It's not like you got to add it all up to see what this is all about. But Christopher said a really good point. He said it all adds up. You're absolutely right. That could very well be. So between attorneys, it could very well be used for the attorneys and for travel. But what doesn't help, and we have to be very candid and we have to be very forward about this, it doesn't help that we're not asking. I don't think anybody's asking to know who the attorney is. It's very easy to post an invoice. It's very easy to post something about like the transactions with an attorney just to figure out and quiet that. I even think, and based on what I've been sent, that the admins are feeling some type of way because a lot was thrown on their plate to figure out and fix. Without a crystal ball, I think Katie of the Joy, why she upsets me. Okay, and somebody said to me, you're going kind of hard on the Katie lady, and I said, yeah, I am, and I will, and I don't care. As well as with Molly, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I will go hard, but not like I'm going to drag you hard, as in like let me show you where you fucked up and you're wrong and what you're doing. Okay. What I really don't like about what Katie has been doing, and you posted those pacer records, okay, wherever the hell, some stuff can be public record, okay, but what she does is she does post pacer records. She'll go and do some background checks on family, whatever. My concern now, even more than ever that she has done that, is you're going to fuck up Mr. Jackson's situation. What you're insinuating by posting that is that somehow he's involved in some nefarious activity. And if you don't have the receipts to say that, then you need to back it up. You really should not be saying any of this, period. You cannot be posting somebody's records like that and try to puzzle piece something to say that all of these family members are in cahoots to try to do something to scare. That's not okay. That's not okay to do. And so why Mr. Jackson needs to be careful. And if anybody here has any freaking connection to the family, they need to be careful. I'm not just talking about Katie of the Joy. I'm talking about with Molly. I'm talking about with everybody that's a blogger, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's a money game for all of them. For all of us. I'm monetized right now. If they wanted to bring awareness to the story, let me give you a good example, right? There's some platforms that did a one and done, right? Cece Suarez, shout out to her, by the way. Love her channel, okay? She's going to be doing a deep dive. You guys make sure you check her out, okay? Love that girl. Love her deep dives. I especially love it when she said, you ugly little weasel. I've never heard anybody call somebody an ugly little weasel. So shout out to her. Anyways. Congratulations. I heard about you. You got your 1K. Congratulations, lady. So, where was I going to go at? It's really trashy to try to insinuate that somebody with a record is somehow involved with in a nefarious situation when you don't know. You're just accusing. It's funny because she's subliminally accusing Marvon's dad of some wrongdoing of something. And that's the piece that I don't agree with, that I'm like, you're trash for that, Katie of the Joy. And you will always, and now I see why people come hard. I see it. Let me show you guys this stream right here. I don't want to show all of those court paperworks because I don't think I'm not going to, but I see the narrative that she's been painting, and she's been doing it very what's the word? She's been doing it in a way in which would not necessarily say she's accusing the family of scamming. She said this is a scamming game, right? But she very much is, if you read her wording and you read the way she's putting things together, she's very good at passing by as someone that is a concerned citizen, right? Strategically. Thank you, Amy. Strategically. That is exactly my thought on that. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I had somebody at the door. Yeah, very strategically. Thank you, Amy. No, she'll never learn. It's subtle. If you guys read her writing, right, and part of it is because I'm like, and I know what you're doing here. The Jackson family, Mr. Jackson needs to be very careful, okay? Because in one way or another, she's trying to run the narrative that somehow they're all connected and running some type of thing without really having those viable receipts. And you need to be careful because you're just basically, just like she initially, when she started the story, she accused Dre of murder, right? Or murdering her husband. This is what she's doing, only she's doing it very subtly. And that's the piece that I don't like. And so why he needs to be careful is because if he's currently under supervision by some correctional facility or some system, somebody could contact that system and say, listen, you're doing X, Y, and Z, and get him into some trouble that he really doesn't need to be in. And now, really, how is he even going to go visit his son if that's the case? Like that would completely, F that up to a certain degree. And there has to be some caution with that. We don't know. We don't know Bond's condition. Thank you. He could be awake for all we know. They're not giving us anything. They're not. We are working on assumptions here. That's my thought. Thank you. We don't know anything. People have relied on Molly, Katie, specifically Molly, right? Because she's the one garnering the most views in the crowd there, to give updates it's everything is just one-sided. Even when we look at Dre, we don't know this lady like that. You got 104 people in here. How many of you guys can say that you know Dre and that she's exactly this way? Like, we don't know anything. It's very exhausting. It is totally up to Dre, but Bunny, I'm going to ask you a question. Can you really blame her at this point? Like, to a certain degree, I don't know. Like, this shit is getting kind of scary. It's a little too much. These people go above and beyond, like not even above and beyond even in between to get to a point where they're trying to sway the public. And so when I dropped Dre's video, unedited, and by the way, and I need to make a correction to it too, because it was not her last one. It was her last one addressing the allegations and talking about Marvon's mom. So I need to fix that on my title and my thumbnail. So I need to make sure that that's fixed, because I got some tea that there's just so much. And I wish I could come up here and tell you guys everything that I know, but I can't. Part of it is because in due time, things will come. In due time. I'm going to tell you guys this, though. Molly, Katie, Justin, all these, the other lady, these people, right? These content creators, they could have pulled the plug on this a long time ago. They really could have. They could have said, you know what? Miss Letitia got to see her son. Continue to donate to the GoFundMe if, to support any, and I say potential because I don't know if there are attorneys, okay? And like I said, I based on what I know, based on my conversations with some attorneys, it doesn't look like they would have a case for either taking Raza or for anything else. Yeah, I'm just letting you guys know. But if that is the case, they could have just left it at the GoFundMe and helped her out with travel expenses and left it at that. No, they continued it further, right? When you look at Dre, she is someone that, like, and even if you look at, and I mean really look at the videos that are not cropped and chopped, okay? Because everybody here has had a video, and even myself, you could probably crop and chop me and put me together and say some ish that I probably didn't say. I don't know. If you really look at everything on both sides, everyone has played a role in this, and it's not really helping with the man that's laying there in a coma. We don't have any updates on what's going on with him. He could have awoken at this point. And honestly, we don't even know what the relationship looked like between him and his mother. I never agreed, and I will never agree that how Dre approached the situation as far as, not letting them see his mom, or maybe he did. I don't know. I'm waiting to see some more receipts on that. And if that's the case, then even that should have been discussed initially, right? I never agreed to the fact that somehow Letitia or Mr. Jackson's background should aid in the narrative that this is their wrongdoing, and it doesn't really matter, man. When somebody's on their, conscience, on their deathbed, in a coma, cancer, whatever the case may be that they're dealing with, it's very important to allow them to make closure, not only for, for the person that's, leaving us, but also for the people that are still here on earth, because so much of that exudes more trauma, and we just don't know what. We don't know. That being said, though, right, this man has become nothing but a freaking cash grab and a shame on everyone for creating these scenarios. Yeah. Molly Golightly has created a shitload of scenarios. So many. Her and that Justin content creator guy, they created so many scenarios. So many of them. And it's been all very one-sided. You cannot call that justice for. We don't know what, and I'm going to say this again. The term justice insinuates that a crime has happened. Why are we predetermining that right now on social media? Yes, we watched a couple of videos. Even I was guilty of watching these videos, and I'm like, fuck, are we watching public crimes? Is this shit going on? What's going on? What is this lady poisoning this man? Is she doing X, Y, and Z? I called her a bruja. I called her all kinds of stuff. I'm guilty of that too. A lot of people that actually took the time to sit back and do the research a little bit are looking at this a little bit different. You have to understand that piece. You can't ignore it. Can't ignore it. And who's protecting Vaughn? Thank you. We don't know anything. We don't. But if YouTube was the court of law, I would have been in jail. A lot of you guys would have been in jail and hearing these subscribers making comments. Everybody would have been convicted of something. We don't know. When we say justice for, we're predetermining something. What is the crime that has been committed? We don't know. We know that based on these video clips that people have put together. I'm going to tell you this. Watch everything in full. You don't have to like Dre. Trust me. Don't like the girl. You don't have to. She's not my cup of tea. I don't do makeup. I can barely put eyeshadow on. Watch everything in full. If somebody gives you, these content creators at the last month, okay, have given you nothing but crop, chop, dissected clips, you have to ask them, can I please see the full clip? Don't just take that, because I'm telling you, it's not the full story. I've watched a lot of these cropped clips that people were making, and I'm going to tell you, based on the next drop that I'm about to drop, a lot of you guys are going to be like, whoa, really? You either like Dre or you don't. You either like the situation or you don't. It's more to this, guys. It really is. It really is. No, you can't. You can't. You cannot say that. You cannot say an opposing opinion. And it's very evident to me when you create a stream. What's the name of that stream? Oh, I got to show you guys another little screenshot that I have here too. Because baby bunny just woke up and she's like, Mom, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, let me talk to my rabbit friends here on YouTube real quick. Let's talk about, let's see. Here we go. The evil side of justice for Marvon. The evil side of #justice for Marvon. There's a lady in there that left a comment. Look, pay attention to this comment. Molly, can you please confirm that Miss Letitia sent a Cash App request for $15 for gas, please? Can you please confirm that Letitia sent me a cash request for $15 for gas, please? So another thing that these content creators didn't do a good job at is kind of weaning this. Now you have people with a profile that maybe Miss Letitia has requesting cash apps of various people that have made comments on these lives, right? This lady right here, and this wasn't the only message that she left. There was multiple messages that were left on her live, right? But right here specifically, can you please confirm that Miss Letitia sent me a cash request for $15 for gas, please? So we didn't hear back. I haven't heard an update. I mean, this is what I'm saying. It's like leading to people losing money, whether it's $15 or whatever. Like, these content creators are not doing a great job at this. At the very least, with the GoFundMe, you have a running list of what's going on. With Cash App, you really don't. You really don't know what's going on. Now, that's what Molly Golightly has promoted, is a Cash App, because she doesn't deal with all these people. She doesn't. Okay, cool. So if those people that are creating false Letitia accounts, how are they going to be compensated for their money back? Because guess what? And shout out to Miss Petty Crane, who has a Facebook page. She posted this information about Cash App. So you agree to these terms when you accept your Cash App. It's unfortunate or it's fortunate. It's the luck of the draw, the risk of fraud. The peer-to-peer services is a money transmission service. As a result, fraudulent transactions may result in the loss of funds with no revenue or recourse, with no recourse. Bam. So good luck asking for your refund back for Cash App. I mean, and that's why people are upset, I guess. I don't know. Irish Angel said that Molly timed him out. I mean, why even bother? You know, they got to have a platform where I can speak and bring some ish about this, because, you know, they block anybody. And if anybody has an opposing view, if you guys feel like, you know what, and that's why I put the community poll up there. People felt like, you know, you have to give with your heart, or I mean, okay. If you're donating, I would assume that you're donating with your heart. And maybe it's the way I worded that question, but I kind of did that on purpose a little bit. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. See if I can stop this real quick. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I had put something about how you guys saw the survey up in my community tab. Let me see if I can go to my community tab right now and show y'all what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's see. Let's stop this. See if I can share this with you guys. Okay. And I saw, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about the comments on my on a video that I'm working on. Okay. I purposely set the answers to this. What was that? No. Last one. Sorry, guys. I purposely set the answers this way. Notice how if you donate, are you entitled to a refund? Comment below if you have other reasons, okay? That's what I said. It was a pretty straightforward question, okay? But I realized that, and I just did this. I'm like, let me just throw a little curveball, okay? And I put the last question that says, give with your heart. Anybody here that has answered that question, the 440 people, if you answered those questions, right? And not to say that this is pertaining to this GoFundMe or this Cash App or anything. This is just in general. If you donate, it's a general general ask, any type of donation. Are you entitled to a refund? And I put yes, and you see 7% said yes. No, forget the money. And only if the reason for donation changes. And 48% said give with your heart. Everybody, if the 440 ones of you donated to this cause or another cause, you donated with your heart. You donated to either give, right? The intent of donating is to give something, right? That you're not gonna, you know, that you're just giving. So even that response right there doesn't really matter, right? Like, to me, I was like, what am I didn't even think people were gonna click give with your heart, because my assumption is that everybody that answered this question is giving with their heart. So I'm just throwing this out there. I said, man, this really does get at people's hearts. This really does. This is a huge situation. And this is why I think it's important to have transparency. This is why people need to, so we can stop this like hysteria, because it's not only hysteria, but it's also causing other levels of, you know, hysteria as well. But anyways, that was just my thought on that. I just wanted to come in here and give a little commentary. I'm working on another video in the next drop. I need you guys to be ready for, because I told you guys I dropped that last video with the intent to see, give both sides, not just the cropped and chopped version, okay? This next video is going to be a little bit different. It is going to be a little bit edited, but not that much. And it's not even edited to the video. It's edited to the screen because of how it was recorded. I think it's important to showcase both sides. Dre has a side. Miss Letitia has a side. Those other content creators don't matter, but they have a side to a certain degree. I mean, because they're telling a side. They're narrating the side, so to speak. That's just my thought. But yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. I don't know, and I could be completely off and wrong. And if I am, I always come back and talk about it. If I'm not, then I'm not. Wow. You think so? I mean, Pixie Peppers, I'm telling you, I feel like in this situation right here, you have to sit back before you make an opinion. And now what is concerning to me is this message right here that I showed you guys. These numbers from July 11th. I bet you anything that's not what these numbers are anymore. That was just July 11th. Makes you wonder. I feel like Mr. Jackson needs to be careful because I saw reading Katie of the Joy's post. What she's trying to do is basically, I don't know, have that man reported, fuck up his situation right now. I'm not cool with that. That's not okay. That, like, stop. It doesn't need to happen that way. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. So, see? Objection. Your name says it all. Trickery. Anyways, guys, shout out to everybody on the chat. I'm going to head out. I have a lot to put together. Stay tuned. I put the thumbnail in the community wall so you guys can know what's coming next because it's coming. And my hope is I don't think I'll have it done by tomorrow or by tonight, but I'll probably have it done by tomorrow. Make sure you guys check your notification bells. This is both sides of the story, not just one, both. Both. And you will not be blocked for having an opposing opinion. So as long as you're respectful and you're not cursing me and everybody out and my mods and stuff like that, and my members, obviously. So shout out to everybody in the chat. I am out because I got to do some stuff, and stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay? I'm out.